Hey, I'm going to attempt to do a video showing you how I sew through the little golden books. So I've got I started two Winnie the Pooh journals that I've just pulled everything for, and I put the fabric on here. And I've had a couple of people ask me how to do this. Now, I was very skeptical in the beginning, and Gina over at the Rebookery has done this, and she assured me, because I messaged her way back when, and I said, how do you do that? And she said, just through my regular sewing machine. I asked her, I said, do you use any kind of special needle? And she said, no. So I'm going to show you guys now. I've already prepped this, and I've got fabric on both sides, and then I'm just going to put this in here, and I set my sewing machine on the, just as number 3, the zigzag stitch, and I just have a Brother machine. It's just a pretty basic machine. It has like 27 different stitches on it. It's not fancy. I'm not using any kind of different needle, but you just have to kind of go slow. So it takes a minute, yeah. And you just, once you get it started, you just kind of slowly, don't try to rush it. Now when I get down to the bottom, I don't know if I'm gonna go, I guess I'll go through the book. So when you get down to the bottom, and then just turn it like you would if you're sewing anything else, and you just have to kind of take it slow. Now, this is not a super thick, it's not a super thick binding either, but it is, it's a decent size. It's actually not as thick as the book, and you just do like, yeah, try not to go that fast. And you can see sometimes it'll jump, sometimes it'll jump a stitch, but it's gonna definitely give you that look, and that fabric's not going anywhere once you stitch this in here. And you just turn it around, and this size book will fit in this area in your sewing machine. The bigger books will not. And it's that simple. So now, I hope y'all can see that, because I'm doing a different angle. So now you've got the stitching through your book. Okay? So you just can't, like, you don't want to do a super thick, you don't want to do a super thick binding, okay? And you see right here where it kind of, when I started going fast, if you go too fast, it's going to jump. You see how it did that? So I'm going to run it back through one more time across the top. I may just do it all the way around again. I'll come from this side this time. And I'm not concerned about it being perfect or being, in the same spot. I'm just going to do it one more time. And you don't want to go too slow, but you don't want to go real fast. And I actually didn't believe it. I was very skeptical in the beginning about this, and it took me a while to get up the nerve to do it. Have to take it kind of slow and easy. And that's it. And now I'll cut those long strings off, but there you go. So now, it's stitched through there, and I can come back and add pom-pom trim or rickrack or whatever, and then sew in my signatures, and we're good to go. So that's how that works. I'm gonna do this one too. This one, the fabric is a little bit thinner. I thought about putting a double fabric like I did with this, because this fabric was super thin. So I put like a piece of muslin up under, not muslin, but linen up underneath it because it was thin. So you see how the fabric's kind of thin, but by the time I stitch this and sew my signatures in, and I'll probably add some buttons to the spine, you won't notice that. But normally I don't like it to kind of look like that. I really like adding I thought maybe when the glue dried that it wouldn't look that way. It might be a little bit lighter, but you really can't. It's not that noticeable. Yeah, so you just have to kind of get it going. I hope this helps you guys who've asked me. I hope you can see. And you just take it easy, and don't try to, ram it through your machine or force it. Because if you do, like I did there, if it gets going too fast, it skips that stitch. And like I said, I'm not worried about perfection. I love the look of it. I think it, and it gives you that extra added security. And I just hit the camera, I'm sorry. Gives you that extra added security of, your fabric's it's not going anywhere. Which I don't think it was going anywhere anyway, but it's just kind of cool. I like the real look of it. Now, on the other books, on the bigger ones where y'all see me stitch, now I gotta figure out which goes with that one. I have two Winnie Pooh and the honey trees, and now I gotta figure out which one goes with which here. On the bigger books, like this one, where I have the stitching here. Now, what I did here was I layered my fabric and I stitched, and then I glued that in. Okay, glue that onto the spine. I'm not stitching through this book. It's too wide to go through my machine. So I think some people have thought that I was actually stitching through these books, and this cover right here is probably too thick. So here's another one that I'm working on, and this book is sort of thin. So you see the difference in the thickness? In this versus this cover. It'll go through this, and it'll go through that little golden book, because it's a thinner chipboard. But now a real thick, I wouldn't try running that through my sewing machine, because you probably will break a needle. But anyway, I hope that helps you guys who have asked that question and wanted to see me do that. And I'll be back soon with some other projects. I'm working on some other things, trying to finish up, but kind of taking my time. So it'll probably be a bit before I get these finished. The Winnie the Pooh and this one, this Winnie the Pooh. This is going to be, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that one or sell it, but yeah. So I'll have those coming to the shop soon. Anyway, love you guys. I hope you found that helpful, and not too many shadows. I'm doing this at night because I wanted to get it done. Love y'all. See you soon. Bye.